What does that have to do with the previous brothers that we discussed that did not reject him, but did not confess him? See, if you confess him, you have taken a key to unlock the life that you were meant to have. Let me break that down a little bit. Confession of that which you believe unlocks the life that was restricted before, but could only be accessed because you had an encounter with Jesus. Adam and Eve had the absolute closest relationship with God in the history of humanity, where they literally walked with God every day. They just strolling around. Conversation probably went like, now God, what do we need to do over here? Because I know you told us to tend this, but how can we do this a little better? They were getting agriculture advice. They were getting moral advice. They were getting spiritual advice directly from God. But then interruption hit the garden in the form of a serpent that should have been put in its place by the man and woman that tended to the garden. And then they aligned themselves with a serpent they shouldn't have been listening to. Because remember, serpents don't talk. But somehow the enemy has a way of trying to manipulate a situation. And all of a sudden we forget that God is the one that orchestrates how things should be. So if we are walking with him, we ought to be aware of when something is out of place. But because they didn't recognize quick enough, they fell from that connection. And then God said, now you got to do a whole lot of stuff just to get connected to me. And I think after a few thousand years, God was sick and tired of being disconnected from his creation. So then he sent his son Jesus. And he sent him through unconventional means. And he placed Jesus as the seed in the womb of a virgin named Mary. And Mary carried him like a single mother with a surrogate dad named Joseph that she would eventually marry. And she had to go through all kind of drama just to come to terms. They didn't stay in a palace. They didn't stay in a condo. But Jesus was born in a manger far away in the city of Bethlehem, around animals, around goats, around all kind of stuff, around sheep, around all kind of dirty animals. And yet somehow he came from the manger, grew up in the synagogue, changed the thinking of people, changed the way that everybody walked, healed the sick, raised the dead, gave sight to the blind. And yet still some said yes, some said no. But he had to do one great act to make sure that the future generations could see how much God thought about